Workplace drug and alcohol abuse is a very serious problem for employees and employers.
Wood does have a romance to it. While I love wooden boats, I think the part that's most interesting to me is trying to do something at a level better than anybody else.
If you are dealing with substance abuse issues, seek the help of qualified medical personnel.
The level of quality that we produce here it's a pursuit of an obsession. Perfect is a function of how closely you look at something.
Everything we build is one of a kind, and we build them to be passed down generation to generation.
And then there's these beautiful curves of wood, and it's breathtaking at every stage.
It's as close to perfect as we could possibly get.
You know, we're always looking for the defects, so when you're right in the middle of it, you're always, oh, that's not right, this isn't right. And it's hard not to see what's wrong with it, even though to everybody else they might think it's perfect.
Chances are you probably know someone who has a substance abuse problem. The person may be a family member, friend, coworker, or possibly it is you. You might not be aware of the problem because you might not understand or recognize the signs that indicate a problem.
People walk through the door with a dream, so we try to make that happen for them. In the process of that, we start with a clean sheet of paper. And after listening to what the client wants, then we start working.
This last weekend in June, you can expect a statewide crackdown on boating under the influence.
The conditions are great for boating this weekend. Warm weather, cool water, maybe a cold beer. It's legal to drink and drive on the water, but it's not legal to be drunk. And it's the same limit as on the road, 0.08. Nationwide, boating under the influence is a factor in 1 out of 5 fatalities on the water.
Probably a little bit of a layout error with the chaplain.
According to the Department of Labor, nearly 3/4 of those who use illegal drugs also work, and 1 in every 10 people in the United States has an alcohol problem. When people who abuse drugs and alcohol come to work, they bring with them their substance abuse problems. This is an accident waiting to happen.
Tell them they're fighting.
We now have a fight on board the vessel, and we're going to have 2 drunk people in the water.
Somebody's getting ready to get going. They don't have any PFDs on. They were visible.
I think in my youth I had dreams of sailing around the world and thought the way that I could sail around the world would be to build a boat to sail around the world.
We fell in love, and he kind of learned to love boat building rather than doing the sailing trip.
If this goes away, I think it's the loss of craft.
There's a place for the quick and dirty and cheap, but there's also a place for these artistic creations.
We do live in a disposable society where people want something right now and then throw it away when they're done with it.
Drug and alcohol abuse is more prevalent in the workplace than many people believe. You can help yourself or your fellow employee by recognizing the signs of abuse and acting on getting help for your coworker or yourself. Don't delay. A drug-free workplace is a safe workplace.
But there's people out there that appreciate the effort that it takes to produce something of the highest quality that's crafted with your hands or your spirit. You know, we're always looking for the defects, so when you're right in the middle of it, you're always, oh, that's not right, this isn't right. And it's hard not to see what's wrong with it.
Even though to everybody else, they might think it's perfect.